Hello everybody. My name is Tom, also known as F1 Tom, and welcome to episode 1 of the Audi My Team F1 2022 career mode, I guess we're going to be calling this thing. And we're going to be diving right into things. I've got through all of the boring bits. We've picked our driver, who you'll see in a moment. We've got the car ready, we've got the team ready, and we're going to be diving right into the first race, practice 1 at Bahrain, and we're going to see how this car is looking against the rest of the field. So let's get right into things. So here we go, it is time for qualifying. We're going to see where this car sits in comparison to everyone else on the field. I think we'll probably be relatively close to the bottom, but yeah, we've gone through everything else, so I reckon we're just going to get out there, see what kind of time we can set. I don't think there's no point waiting around. We're going to be doing full qualifying in this particular career. I think I plan to do 2 kind of simultaneously. One will be with an actual team, and in that one we'll probably do shorter qualifying. But yeah, in terms of this, I really want to take the opportunity to do full 3 sets of qualifying, purely because I'm just interested to see where we can actually get the car to, and I think that qualifying is such a great measure of that. Whoever wants to go past there is more than willing to go past. That's Alonso. I've already noticed a little bit of an issue this year with cars not going past in practice, and it's something that was quite a big issue last year, and I thought it was hopefully going to be fixed. Apparently not. I guess that's the kind of thing, do you really expect them to fix those bugs? Yep, I do, but apparently that's still an issue. I had an issue online using AI players as well that was the same kind of thing where the cars were just waiting next to you, and in the end I actually ended up getting a grid penalty because George Russell slammed into me. But yeah, we're going to be coming up to this first run now, and let's see how we get on. So here we go now, finally. Let's get around. Let's see what kind of lap we can set. I don't think we're going to be doing anything crazy on this first attempt, but it'd be nice to get a decent lap in. So here we go now, Q1 at Bahrain. What kind of time can we possibly set on these warmed up tyres now, coming into the first corner? A little bit wide there, that's not what we're ideally looking for. But we're going to get into this first DRS zone here, ride the curbs, really make the most out of the curbs. You've got to be careful this year though, because the curbs, the car can really get beached on some of these curves, especially the higher ones. And this is not the lap we want at the moment. This is definitely not the kind of lap we're looking for at all. I think I just need to get my eye in more. But at this point we might as well set a time. Look at that. This is I'm really struggling with the car here. I think the setup's just not what I'm looking for, so I'm gonna have to go back in and change that a little bit. There we go. We get around there okay, I guess. But yeah, I'm not feeling the car. I'm feeling a lot of, there seems to be something with the braking where I'm struggling to really brake into these corners. Yeah, we're just struggling. The brakes just don't seem strong enough at the moment, which is not great. Might have to adjust the brakes a little bit. Yeah, I mean, we're going to come in here. We're looking at, I feel like ideally you want to be setting a kind of 130. We're going to be nowhere near that. But I think just to have a lap on the board might be useful in case anything does go wrong. But yeah, this is not going to be a great lap at all. It's going to end up in the 132s. We go P4 for now, but already 1.9 seconds off the pace. We're going to get back. We're going to get back in the garage and see what we can do about this. So here we go now, coming up for this second attempt. So right, slowly around the corner. Let's get the hot lap ERS deployment on. Let's see what we can do now. Hoping we can maybe, try and actually put in a decent lap here. There's plenty of time to make up. Right, there we go. Around the first corner. Decent enough, picking up a lot of time. We did lose a lot of time there, I know, initially. Let's see what we can do. A good start. There we go, round there nicely enough. I mean, Guan Yu Zhou's the one we've got to be looking at. Let's see how close we are to him as we come through this next section. We've got about a second on our previous time, but I don't think that's much of a goal to aim for. Can we get up on Guan Yu Zhou? We are just a little bit up on him. We've got to be making up more time than that. Made up a second so far. This could be a decent lap considering the car. Oh, we've gone wide there though at the end. Might lose a bit of time there coming out into the pit straight. But let's see what kind of time we get up to. Where can we head up to? 17 at the moment. P17. And it's better, but it's just not good enough at the moment. And I think part of that's me, and I think part of that's the car. We've got enough time though. We've got enough time for one more run out. So let's see what we can do. Here we go now, we're going to start this final lap. Bottas has decided to go ahead of us for some reason, so he's going to definitely help give us a bit of slipstream going down the straight. Coming out there, we're still down on the time, and I think it's just the fact that Bottas is so close ahead of me. I was a bit hesitant there to actually... in terms of the actual braking zone. Oh, we've gone horribly wide there. Horribly wide. We're going to need a lot of time here. We're going to have to find a lot of time. I just don't think we're going to find it. And we're struggling at the moment. I'm struggling to actually figure this car out. Yeah, and we're just losing a lot of time in places where we can't afford to be losing it. We're sitting P15 at the moment. We would be going through as things stand. But it depends if everyone else can improve those times, because if they can, we are well and truly screwed. Riding that curb. It's got to be careful on those curbs, especially this year, because it's so easy to, beach these cars. But yeah, at the moment, we're both going through. Us and Armstrong, we're both going to be going through in our first session together. But yeah, we're just losing time, and it's not what we wanted in that final session, but we're going to see. I think P17 we ended up there, so not making it through, which is a big shame. But we're going to go into tomorrow P17, and we're going to see what we can do. Maybe this car will have the race pace that we're missing in qualifying.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
So here we go then. It's time to get into this race. Qualifying wasn't amazing. The strategy, though, I think the strategy's pretty decent. And let's hope that we have some good race pace in this car. Here we go. That was a very short light. Kind of surprised me a little bit. And we're going to lose a couple of places, I feel. We're going to be swamped a little bit. Let's see, though. We can make a couple of places. A little bit of contact there. A little bit of contact. Everyone's just, everyone's bumping. Everyone's touching a little bit. Let's see now. Let's see if we can look for another move on the inside here of Lando Norris. We can. We've got to be careful, though. We've got to give Lando the space. Going to give him the space there. If he wants the space, he can have it. But we're going to keep making moves like that. Look inside of Mick Schumacher. Nothing there. But already moving up a couple of places. It's been a decent start. Oh, Kevin Magnussen there going wide. That's a bit of a collision. Well, Lance Stroll, but leading the way. I'm going to imagine that's Charles Leclerc. Lando's looking for a move on the inside. He's probably going to make that. But we're going to try and hold on. Might have gone a bit too wide there. Oh, we touched Lando. Yuki's coming in too. We're not going to give that place to Yuki though, I'm afraid. Don't mind giving one up to Lando, but we're not giving up two in one corner. And yeah, this... The car seems to be just going a little bit wide here. Here comes Daniel Ricciardo. He's going to be wanting to catch up to where his teammate is. We're not going to let him through that easily though. But here we go, after one lap we're finding ourselves 2 positions, well 3 positions higher than we started, but we might be getting swamped here on both sides. Ricciardo's gone into us there. I don't know what he's thinking. But yeah, we're going to give it a couple laps and see how things measure up. Let us settle into a decent rhythm and get some laps in round Bahrain. Oh my word, Lance Stroll's gone wide. We've been pushed off the track by Daniel Ricciardo. What on earth is going on? And that is a collision warning we've had for some reason. I don't really think that's our fault though. I'm pretty sure Daniel has pushed us off the track. Not much I can do there when I'm getting a lot of contact from my right hand side. And there you go, Ricciardo in the pits. So obviously he has suffered some damage from that contact. I mean, I'm not surprised. It was a pretty big impact. I'm sure Lance Stroll might be in the pits as well. Oh no, Stroll survives. But yeah, there was a lot of chaos going on during that lap. Here we go now, coming in to lap 4. We've got the DRS on Alex Albon, but there is not a lot we're going to be able to do here. You know, the car, the straight line speed just doesn't seem to be there, even with the DRS, and that is not a good indication for where this car is at the moment. I mean, look now, we've got the DRS, but we can't even make up ground on Albon. You know, and this Williams is a car that's supposed to be, you know, weaker than ours in theory, or there or thereabouts. And here we now, coming into lap 6, coming into the end of lap 6, into lap 7. We're much closer to Alex Albon here. Just looking out, there's a decent chance we might be able to look at an overtake here. Got a decent exit. I don't know if it's going to be good enough though. We're going to use the ERS. We might have to go for a little bit of a dive here. Can we make a move? Even with the DRS and ERS, it's not. Look at that. That's Max Verstappen against Charles Leclerc. Day 1 of the season. Albon does hold on. Albon. And we've even got a double dosing of DRS, which is absolutely beautiful. Yuki Tsunoda, 3.7 seconds up the road. Don't know if we're going to be able to make much ground up on him.
Our gap to the car in front is 3.8 seconds.
There you go. He's read my mind. It looks like Mick Schumacher's got a problem. Albon, that's not a move you want to be making, Alex. I don't think there's an overtake there. Maybe you can pull it off, though. Wheel to wheel we go. We managed to just shut the door on him, though, in a forceful but polite way. Yeah, Mick Schumacher seems to be having problems. That might be a nice free place we can make up, but it's going to be a worry now. Albon is going to be coming. Look at that, he's really diving in deep, isn't he, on some of these turns. But yeah, Mick Schumacher having problems up the road. Albon, though, he's coming in here. I reckon he's going to make a dive for it. He has made the move. He's made it work. He's going to get DRS here. And Guan Yu Zhou now in this little fight that's going on at the back of the field. Well, not quite at the back, but you know, we're fighting for pride here. We're not fighting for points. That's for sure. Yeah, we're going to keep on Alex. Going to make a little dive in there. That's a nice move, if I do say so myself. I think the thing is, though, the Williams just has the Williams can accelerate a lot better coming out of corners. which places like here is causing a lot of issues for us. Here we go, though. We've got a decent exit from that corner. Can we make that move work on Alex Albon? We're so close this time. Surely we can get past. He's going to go defensive. We're going to go to the outside. Going to go very wide to try and make that move without touching him. We get round him. We've also got a double dose of DRS to maybe help us pull a little bit of a gap away. Maybe Guan Yu Zhou. Guan Yu Zhou might be able to get the overtake on Albon, and he does. So Alex Albon there. Oh, he gains it back. But him and Guan Yu Zhou now locked in a battle.
Okay, gap ahead is 3.5 seconds.
And Albon there losing 2 places in pretty much, what, a third of a lap? And their battling now is absolutely brilliant for us, because that's going to allow us to build a bit of a gap. Mick's up the road. Mick's having issues, so he's slowing down. Yeah, Guan Yu Zhou and Alex Albon having a little bit of a battle. That's only going to do us a big favour. See if they can keep fighting. And we're just slowly catching up to Mick Schumacher, who's clearly got some problems with that Ferrari-powered Haas. We might be about to lose a place here to Guan Yu Zhou. I mean, you know, maybe in this universe, Zhou has been horrifically underrated.
Okay, focus. We need to
But the Alfa Romeo is still a great car, and I've no doubt that Guan Yu Zhou will be someone who I'd like to imagine will, in this My Team career mode, become a rival of ours in the following years. And he's a rival now in that fantastic Alfa Romeo. I mean, what a surprise that's been to see this year on the real Formula 1 calendar. And I feel like we're going to not quite have enough to be able to combat this guy. Let's just hopefully, though, keep on enough of his trail to be able to get a bit of DRS, keep us away from Pierre Gasly. We don't want to lose any more positions. I mean, Mick Schumacher is clearly going slower, so I'd like to think that's the position we're going to make up to. And who knows, you know, this is Bahrain, anything could happen. Hopefully. There's still a lot more drama here today. Oh, here we go. Pierre Gasly coming up the left-hand side. We're not going to make things too difficult if he does get past, but we're not going to give the position up that easily. If he wants to get that position, Pierre Gasly, he can work for it. You know, again, I feel like the AlphaTauri, it's a good car. It's a good enough car. Especially with a driver like Gasly, and you know, we're going to see a lot of that in the early parts of this season. Me and, of course, Marcus Armstrong. No one in the pits yet, apart from, of course, Daniel Ricciardo on lap 2 after his incident he had with us. Here we go now. Gasly's going to go around the outside. Oh, overshot that a little bit. I think that should allow Pierre in. You know, as I said, we're not going to give up these positions, though. We're going to fight. And here we go now. But look, he just has the speed. Even with the ERS, we're struggling to keep up. You know, we don't really want to be engaging in these kind of battles because it's just going to lose both of us time. But we're not going to give up this position. Here we go now. What a bit of wheel-to-wheel driving. This is with Pierre Gasly. We managed to make that move, though. Back around the outside. Hold on to the position. We've lost the DRS on Guan Yu Zhou, though. But, you know, what a battle me and Pierre Gasly are having at the moment. And there's the warning. There's the warning about grip levels. We'll be looking to pitting soon. Alex Albon, though, he makes his way into the pit. Alex Albon blinks first. Pierre Gasly, though, flying past. Quite a few cars in the pits, actually. We've got Bottas, we've got Magnussen. I guess it's a question of, you know, the grip you lose now. That's grip you gain later. You know, we could definitely pit early, and of course we have to be thinking about the fact that with the cool down even, sorry, on the tyres this year, you know, for that tyres, you need to warm them up. That takes a lap, maybe a bit longer on the hards. Here we go, now into the pits. Into the pits we go. Quite a few cars going to be going in. There we go, nicely in. Nicely into the pits. Pit stop coming up. Here we go. Can we get a good pit stop? We'll take good. We'll take good. Magnussen out. Not a bad pit stop in the end. We're around this group of cars in front of us. These are the ones we want to be with.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
Oh, and this is what I mean. These tyres are nasty. These tyres are not fun to drive on. They're going to take a while to cool up. But now it's just going to be a long, long, long road to the finish. I mean, I think it's pretty incredible. It doesn't seem like the, you know, the AI drivers don't seem to have these kind of issues warming up these tyres. We're over here skirting around. And they seem just fine. Alex Albon flying past. Yeah, Albon pit previously, so that definitely explains. He's got much nicer tyres. His tyres are nice. His tyres are nice and warm. Ours are still slowly warming up. They should be close now. Go a little bit wide there, though. Let's have a look how they're doing. Yeah, we're getting them up to where they should be. I think Albon's who I'm looking at as the main rival. You know, I feel like Albon in the Williams, it's a good benchmark. It's the kind of place where we should be aiming. You know, if we want to be... You know, if we want to be doing well, especially at the beginning of the season where the car's not quite where we want it to be. You know, we don't want to be sat at the back of the field, but
nice work, mate. That brings you up a place.
It's going to take a lot of time. And at the moment, Alex Albon in the Williams, I think it's a good benchmark for our performance. Here we go now, the gap under 300ths of a second. Sticking on Albon. We're going to use the ERS, we're going to try for the move this time round. I think we should be able to make it. We're going to track him. We're going to keep on him. Go for the outside. He's going to push us a little bit wide. But that's fine. There we go. We make the overtake. Wonderfully done. Albon's going to stay behind. If you look, even with the DRS, he still gains a little bit of time. And it really highlights, you know, where this car is at the moment. Alex Albon is practically pushing us along at the moment. He's going to go for the outside. We're going to go defensive. Again, there's not really much choice we have. But I think he's going to manage to get past, is he? Yeah, he's managed to get past, but that's okay. Let's see if we can, as long as we can stick with him. We might even be able to make another go here. We have done. He's given us the space. Go back up the inside there. I'm aware that we're losing the ground to Gasly, but I mean, look at the AI here. There is no concept of space here. They really don't want to give you any space. And that's not a bad thing. You know, the AI this year a lot more aggressive, but look how much speed we have during those high speed corners. You know, I feel like this year Canada, Silverstone, they're the kind of tracks we're really going to be able to take advantage of the car that we've got here. You know, it's kind of big looping corners, and it's going to be an interesting year, but most importantly, we need to improve the straight line speed on this car because it's just not there. You know, the DRS doesn't help us overtake. The DRS helps us not flounder away and lose loads of ground to the cars in front, which is not an ideal situation to be in. I almost feel like this is the kind of place we need to go for an overtake, and we're going to try it here. A little bit of contact, but we get the DRS. Look at that. use the ERS, we will go past. But look, I mean, as soon as we turn the ERS on, he just comes flying back at us. Make sure we give him plenty of space. I believe it's going to be Albon getting the DRS. It is indeed. We're going to try and go a little bit defensive. We don't want to hurt him, though. Now we're pretty much engaged in our own battle. And Sebastian Vettel is very grateful for all this because he is managing to find a little bit of time too. Charles Leclerc there has been absolutely dominant in this race so far. You can see he is far, far, far ahead of not only the Red Bulls but also his teammate Carlos Sainz. But in the meanwhile, of course, Sebastian Vettel, formerly of Ferrari, has managed to find his way past Alex Albon, and now he's coming for us. Is he going to try and make 2 overtakes in one straight? He's not going to be able to, though. We hold on to our position there from Seb. We don't want to be giving it up to him as well. But yeah, it's nice. Maybe we'll have someone different to battle for a couple of laps. Here you go, Seb, though. I think Seb should get quite an easy overtake on us. We're not gonna fight him. Not yet, anyway. Oh, we bump into Seb there, but Seb also locks up. He's gone far wide. Oh, look at that, unbelievable. We managed to we bumped Seb a little bit. I will apologise for that, of course, after the race. But yeah, Seb locking up there. Not where you want to be locking up, of course. Something akin to Max Verstappen this year. He did the same thing at Bahrain. Should allow Charles Leclerc to make a move on him. Of course, in very similar fashion too, going for the overtake. Yeah, look at that. Yellow flags up ahead. That's a car. That's Pierre Gasly. Pierre Gasly is, I don't know what he's done, but we're going to go past him. We're going forward. That's the first time in a while. So does Sebastian Vettel. So does Alex Albon. And Seb now. Seb's going to try and make the move here. We're not going to let him do that, though. That's the thing. We're not going to be nasty, but we're not going to let cars through easily because we're fighting for pride here. If there's no points, the car nearly getting dragged away there by the curb. Yeah, Pierre Gasly joining into this pack again. He must have thought he was well clear. But maybe him and Guan Yu Zhou have had a little incident. Gasly's lost his grip and span out. And he finds himself now, I believe, in 18th. In a Williams sandwich. Pierre Gasly in the middle of that sandwich. Seb, though. Seb's going to go past again. Will he lock up this time? Hopefully not. Well, hopefully for him not. Hopefully for us he might do. That's a good turn back, though. Question is, what is the Williams? What's the Aston Martin like in terms of top speed? Better than the Audi. Is that a surprise? I do not think so. Oh, that's a dive. That's a dive there on Seb. I like that as an overtaking place. Thing is, though, we're not going to let... That was a very weird line we took there, to be honest. Oh! Something's happened, but what on earth has happened behind? Someone... Is that Alex Albon? Alex Albon, I believe that is, unless it's Nicholas Latifi, has absolutely flown off the track there. He's lost a lot of places, and he might be about to get lapped by Charles Leclerc. Only 5 laps to go. And look at that, we've managed to get a decent gap. I think there was something that happened behind us. I don't know if we caused it. I don't believe we did. But look at that, a bit of space now. Guan Yu Zhou, 7 seconds up the road. He is going to be fine, as is Mick Schumacher. We're not getting anywhere near them. Hopefully now, we have a boring and quiet and lonely race till the end now. And there we go. That's the first retirement of the day. Nicholas Latifi. I thought he just spun out. I thought he just Latifi'd it. But no, it appears Latifi's out. He's got engine problems. And here we go now, going into the last 2 laps. Seb is getting closer and closer. He's going to be getting in that DRS. We might have to do some defending either on this lap or the next one. We've got a little bit of DRS there. We're going to use that, but Seb is getting closer. Here we go now, coming into the last lap. hopefully, if nothing goes wrong, P15
Final lap of the race.
would be a decent result. Seb, though, is getting closer. I think he's managed to get the DRS on me, but that shouldn't be a problem. There should be just too little track for him to do anything about it. But look at that, Charles Leclerc
We've only got one
winning the Grand Prix in absolutely dominating fashion. In dominant fashion even. Setting the fastest lap on the final lap. I mean, that is that'll be a great win for Ferrari. A great win for Ferrari, of course. We'll take P15 though if we can get it. But here comes Sebastian Vettel. He's going to have the DRS, and look how close he is. Seb is going to be so close here. We might have to go defensive. We should have what it takes in Sector 3 to keep ahead. Let's see. I mean, Seb has really closed the gap on this last couple of laps, and I think it shows not only where the car is, oh, we go a bit wide there, not only where the car is at the moment, but also Sebastian Vettel as a driver. So much quality. He's going to go for an overtake here. Not at the end, surely not. We're going to keep the position. We'll bring it home. P15 in Bahrain. Not a bad way to start.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
Smiling faces on the pit wall then after that superb win here at Supplier. And rightly so, a brilliant effort from the whole team. Anthony, tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs. And that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today, and a stunning win for Ferrari. Let's have a quick look at how the driver's standings have changed. Charles Leclerc's points today take him to the top of the championship standings. Now, let's discuss out. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Sebastian Vettel would definitely be my first choice. He showed up a lot of the drivers out on the track today and didn't show any signs of slowing down.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari take the lead at the top of the table. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
So there we go. What a start to the season. You know, Bahrain is always a great place to. It's always a great place to start in Bahrain, and what a great start for Charles Leclerc. Red Bull finishing off the podiums, P2, P3. They'll be happy with that. Lewis Hamilton, P4. Carlos Sainz, P5. Russell, Alpine, Bottas, Magnussen and McLaren finishing out the top 10. We end up in 15th, making up 2 places from where we qualified, so not the worst finish in the world. Armstrong 18th, and then just the one DNF, Nicholas Latifi, who did surprisingly enough get a finish. But yeah, he starts... Well, he is the first person to get a DNF this year, the only one. If we go and look at the Constructors, we're in 9th at the moment. That will be purely based on positions, no points for us at the moment, but there's definitely a lot of potential in this car. We just need to find it, and hopefully, if you look at the drivers, 15th, there we are. Hopefully we can find it. I definitely think there's places for this car to really improve, and I think for a debut, it's been a great start. So we'll be back next time, where we will be going. Where will we be going? We will be going to Saudi Arabia, one of my favourite tracks in this Audi My Team. Thank you so much for watching if you got this far. If you have, be sure to subscribe for more F1 content, not only F1 2022, but general F1, everything F1 fantasy and more. My name is Tom, and I'll see you later. Peace out.